Okay, greetings everybody. Um, Today we are going to look at drawing a slab roof plan or slab plan. Alright, so this is the floor plan that we are referencing from. So this is a floor plan of a two bedroom dwelling. Consists of a bathroom, a single bathroom. It also consists of a kitchen, living and dining room area, and a front porch or veranda. So this is the layout, the slab layout. I've started it. So basically what is done here, I've removed all the windows and all the doors, leaving only the walls, the layout of the walls, and it's in hidden detail lines because the walls are below the slab. And as you can see, this is the layout of the slab. There's a 450 millimeter overhang, right? So in this exercise, we are going to show how we would represent the slab, or we'll show the slab, the steel work in the slab. So the first thing that we are going to do is to draw the steel work. We're going to treat each room as a different portion. Each room will have what we call main bars and distribution bars. Now, the main bars run the smaller span. So for example, this bedroom here, main bars would run the width of the room, while the distribution bars will run the length of the room. Now the distribution bar would be resting on the main bars. So I'm going to firstly draw a line representing the main bar. Then I'm going to draw another line representing the distribution bar. Now, when showing steel work, we normally use a thicker line type. So I'm going to change the line weight. Alright, after doing this, I am going to label each steel bar. So I'm going to look for my dimension layer. So basically, this steel bar, the shorter one is the main bar, and it will span from here to here. Right, it will span from here to here. Alright, let's do that another way. So it is spanning from here to here, and you will just create a some arrows, and you can hatch the arrows using the solids, and you can change the color, and you can do that to both ends. So basically, this is the steel bar, the main bar. This is the distribution bar. This is showing the span of the main bar from this part of the room to this part. Normally, you would put a dot or put a circle, and then you can hatch this circle. Alright, so this is basically this dot is showing that this dimension line is showing the span for this steel bar. and you can do the same thing. So I'm going to just copy, rotate, move, mirror, copy again. So basically, this is what is happening here. This is the main bar. It covers the smallest width, the smaller of the two distances, and this is the span. So basically, this main bar, there are a number of them. Let me show you what will be happening in the roof. We have one here, one here. They are all at a certain distance apart, right? In reality, that is what is happening. And distribution bars, that is what is happening in the roof. However, when representing it, we would not draw all of these steel bars. We just draw one of them for each direction, and then we'll apply labeling that will tell us the distance between each main bar. So basically, let me label them. I'll write a labeling and then I'll tell you what it stands for. Let me use 100 millimeters. So basically, you will put this along this line. Let me copy to do the same thing. Alright, so this is what is happening here. You have, this is the main bar, or you have a number of main bars spanning across the roof, and basically this is the description for this main bar, and it's telling you the size of the main bar. It is 12 millimeters in diameter, the steel bar that is used here, and it's telling you that it's the main bar. So when the builder is laying the steel work in the roof, they will know that the main bars, by knowing that main bars are placed under the distribution bars, they will know that this is the main bar. They should place it under the distribution bar, and it is spanning, it is running left to right, and the span is from here. So they start laying the first steel bar about here, then another one beside it, which is 200 millimeters apart, and another one 200 millimeters apart. So basically, when they're laying the steel bars, it will be like this. But in the drawing, we will not draw all of these bars. We just draw one, and then with the notation will tell the builder the distance that that they should be from each other. So this is the distance, 12 millimeter OC, meaning off center. So from the center of one steel bar to the other will be 200 millimeters, and this is the size of the steel bar, the 12 millimeters. So for the distribution bar, it's basically the same thing. Distribution bars can be the same distance, can have the same spacing as the main bar. However, it normally is a bit wider, the spacing. Normally what is done, you have the overhang here. This is normally extended for the overhang as well. Once you have an overhang, you tend to do this as well. Alright, so that takes care of this section. So now let's deal with the bathroom. So the main bar will be running this, will be spanning this way. The distribution bar will be running this way. So let's change these. We can use a layer that will do this automatically. Alright, so once I have that, now I'm going to put the dimension lines. Let me fix this first. And copy. And likewise, since you have a overhang, I'll extend this to the overhang on this side. If there's no overhang, you don't have to do this. Alright, so basically I need to put the dots to indicate the steel bar that the dimension line is providing information for. So if you notice, the main bar in this part of the slab is running left to right, whereas the main bar is running north to south here. And that's due to the fact that the main bar always runs the smaller span of the slab of the area. Alright, so let me copy this here. So the distribution bar. If you realize that the text, sometimes the text doesn't want to fit. So what you can do is in a case like this is just one option. You can just extend this line over here. So you recognize that this text is being applied to this dimension line. And this is supposed to be the main bar. As you can see, this is providing information for the main bar. Now, let's copy this one. And it's the same issue here. This one kind of fits, so I'll just leave it here. No, well, it will not fit because it is supposed to be the distribution bar. So I'll just put it here and extend it. So this is going to be the distribution bar. Alright, so this is the distribution bar. Right? And this is the distribution bar. And please note it is showing you the span. So you start laying one here, and another one here, and another one here, and you lay it at the spacing of 250 millimeters. Whereas this one, you lay it, spacing is 200 millimeters. So you have, let me continue. Due to the fact that the building is symmetrical, or this portion of the building is symmetrical, I can simply mirror. This doesn't always work, but it depends on the building. So this saves me all the trouble here. Over this side, you would have to, redo. Alright, so I think by now you would have gotten the concept of drawing putting in the main bars and the distribution bars. All right, another thing you have to put in addition. All right, let me show you something here. If you look at this, this is a section to a slab, meaning you cut through the slab and you're looking from an elevation viewpoint, you're seeing the steelwork. Now what I've just shown you is basically this. If you look at the labeling, let me just change this measurement here for a bit for better reference. The main bars are normally under. It is the lowermost steel bar, right? And if you notice that the distribution bar is on top, right? Let me show you another example. This is another section through a slab. In this case, the steel bars are running in different directions. The distribution bar is running left to right here, whereas in this situation, the main bar is running left to right, if you notice. But in both situations, the distribution bar is sitting on top of the main bar, right? So it depends on the width and the length. All right. If you notice here, you also see some steel bars at the top. We refer to them as over support, right? This is all at the higher portion of the slab. And the over support, if you notice the description, is showing you that the steel bars are running both ways and the same description applies, right? And if you notice the steel bars, the main bars and the distribution bars, they cover the entire span of the slab, whereas the over support bars, they cover, in this case, they cover 2/3, because this is a third, this is a third, and there's a portion in the middle where there's no over support steel bars. If you notice, and this can vary, you can have this spanning a quarter of the roof, and this another quarter, and you have a half remaining. It all depends, but the more over support, the better. All right, so we are going to indicate the over support, and if you notice, the over support starts, this is a belt beam right here, and a belt beam is normally placed above or on top of a wall, a load bearing wall. So there's a wall under here where this belt beam is resting on a wall, a concrete block wall. So is this one. And if you notice, even here, this concrete block wall is supporting the load of this belt beam here. And the slab is resting on the belt beam. If you notice, to the left of the belt beam and to the right of the belt beam is the over support bar. So we have to indicate this is a wall, this is a wall, and we have to indicate. Above every wall, you will have the over support. So let me show you. I'm going to do the over support for this section first. Let me just copy. Forgive me for that. Alright, let me just fix this first. Let me just copy this as well. Let me just move this. After I'm through drawing what I'm drawing, I'll show you. I'll explain. So this wall spans from here to here, right? Let me Alright, so basically this steel bar is covering 1/3. From here to about here is 1/3 of the span, right? And it would hang over to the overhang as well. Basically, this is the 12mm steel bar, and it's an over support bar, and it spans in both directions, meaning there's also over support bars running this direction, um, all the way, but it is, you don't have to show it because by the description the builder would know. Alright, so normally the over support bars, they are normally indicated using hidden lines as opposed to regular lines. So you know the distinction between. So if you notice, this wall is taken care of as it relates to the over support. This wall spanning from here. Alright, I can simply just copy this over support information. If you wish to draw it from scratch, that's up to you. And place it here. I'm going to just move this up a bit because I'm going to need space for the steel bar that I'm drawing here. So this is an over support bar as well, and it's spanning 1/3. So this part, 1/3 over here, this part, 1/3 of this part over here. But for here, when you reach here now, this part would be 1/3 here, so here it would stop here. For example, if I drew this here, it would start here, stop here. So 1/3 of this span and 1/3 of this span. But the builder would know. Right? Then I can simply mirror this. I'll pull this in a bit. Alright, so basically this is our entire wall, and it has its over support. Let me pull this in a bit. Seems to be a bit more than 1/3. It doesn't have to be exactly accurate in terms of it spanning 1/3. The builder would know. And these details which you'll learn later will indicate to the builder. Alright, so we have taken care of the three largest walls, or three longest walls. Let me just do a few others so that you get the gist in order to reinforce what you are being taught right now. Alright, so I'm taking care of the front wall that is running left to right. Alright, so we have that. Let me move this. Alright, so basically you have a steel bar here. So let me delete this description, copy this description, and rotate it. Alright, so basically this is the wall that this over support steel bar is supporting. Right, it's supporting the slab that is over that wall. So this is the span. So basically you would have some steel bars 250mm apart, like this, as over support. But as I said before, you just show one and show the distance that they should be from each other, and the builder would apply the information. you would also, let me copy this again for ease of, there's a wall here. So for this wall, I'm going to put some over support. Let me delete this, let me copy this, and paste it over here. Alright, so I'm going to move this. So this wall is shorter, so this is the span. So basically, this wall, this is the over support for this wall, right? And this wall also needs over support. This wall also needs over support. This wall also needs over support. This wall, as well as this wall, due to the fact that you can copy easily. You don't have to redraw everything. You can just simply mirror or copy or whatever method you deem fit to transfer the information. And the building is symmetrical to some extent, so you can easily mirror a lot of things in place. So now I have some over support for this one. For this one, let me move this up a bit. And normally you can place the over support information here or here because it's still referring to this wall. I normally place it where I have more space. I could have placed it over here, but I simply place it here so that I have more space, because the smaller rooms, the information can be a bit, it can take up a lot of space. Alright, so this over support is for this wall. I think all the walls now have over support except this wall. So I have to find a way now to get this over support information. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to move this over to provide space for this over support. Alright, I'm supposed to put in the main bars and distribution bars here, also here, here, and here. Now, based on what I have, you are supposed to be able to complete the rest, whether by mirroring or drawing it from scratch. Alright, so that's basically how you would indicate the steelwork in a slab, or in this case a slab roof, because slabs can be used as roofing as well as it can be used as a platform for the upper floor of a building. In this case it is the roof. Alright, I hope that this was informative, and I hope that you grasp the concepts that was taught. Please like, share, and subscribe for more content, and have a good day.